History plays an important role in geopolitics. World leaders must dive into history. They must learn lessons from the past. If not, they will fail. Case in point, Joe Biden. He had so much history to learn from. In 2008, NATO held its famous Bucharest summit. Ukraine and Georgia were touted as possible members. Months later, Putin attacked Georgia. In November 2013, the Euromaidan protests erupted in Ukraine. By March next year, Putin annexed Crimea. Biden had a front row seat to all of this. He was Obama's running mate during Georgia, 2008. He was vice president during Crimea, 2014. And he's president during Donbass, 2022. Once again, Joe Biden's foreign policy chops have failed. I guess experience does not guarantee success. Many are calling this Biden's Chamberlain moment. What does that mean? Neville Chamberlain was Britain's prime minister from 1937 to 1940. What is his claim to fame? That he was fooled by Adolf Hitler. In 1938, Chamberlain signed a peace deal with Hitler. Germany could invade Sudetenland, but no more. Chamberlain thought he had succeeded. He claimed to have created what he called peace in our times. Well, he was wrong. The very next year, Hitler invaded Poland and World War II broke out. Biden may not be striking deals with Putin, but he's falling for the same trap. He's weighing expansionism on a scale. How much expansionism is fine? How much is not? And this strategy is counterproductive. Republican lawmakers in the US are already worried. They say if Russia is not punished, another US ally, Taiwan, could be next.
China is making the same type claims against an island called Taiwan. For years and decades, the United States has been helping Taiwan maintain its independence and its democracy. China has been very threatening. If we allow Russia to get away with destroying the Ukraine, it's just a matter of time till China takes over Taiwan.
The public is also turning on him. Joe Biden's latest approval ratings are out. 40% of the Americans do not approve of his 40% Americans, in fact, approve of his foreign policy. Only 36% approve of his Russia policy. Now, at first glance, this may look okay because most US presidents hover around the 40% mark. But remember, this is Russia, America's favorite villain. Ideally, there should be public support for action against Putin, whether it's troops, sanctions, or just plain posturing. But not for Joe Biden. His handling of the Ukraine crisis has made things worse. Let me give you an example. On January 19th, Biden was addressing the media. He was talking about America's response if Putin invades. Listen closely to what he said.
Russia will be held accountable if it invades, and it depends on what it does. It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and then we end up having a fight about what to do and not do, etc.
That was a dead giveaway. Biden basically said there would be two responses, one for an all-out invasion and another for a so-called minor incursion. Well, that may have been the plan, but as a politician, you're not supposed to reveal all of it. If you do, you're helping the enemy. And that's what Biden did. A couple of days later, the White House clarified his remarks. They said if any Russian units cross over, it would be an invasion. But it was too late. Putin had heard what he wanted to hear. A minor incursion would only have minor sanctions. So Russia did exactly that. They organized a minor incursion into eastern Ukraine. The fact is, Biden was out of his depth. He tried talks, he tried threats, he tried rallying allies, he tried sanctions. Maybe the idea was to cover all bases, but in reality, Biden looked confused. And it's not like he did not have the means. You see, each conflict has multiple phases and each phase plays out differently. In December last year, Putin had the upper hand. Yes, he did. Towards January end, the momentum had shifted. Putin looked stuck. That was the moment for Biden to drive home the advantage, maybe offer new terms to Putin or announce a few economic sanctions. Instead, Joe Biden fumbled. He talked about minor incursions. He ordered embassy staff to relocate. He asked Americans to leave Ukraine. All of this sent the wrong signal. And in February, Biden turned to war hysteria. This sort of confused messaging can be fatal in politics. Instead of a united and firm policy, Joe Biden opted for trial and error. His actions came too late. Like Obama's sanctions in 2014 were ineffective, so too will Biden's in 2022? WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.